This is Letters from Japan, and I'm Carolyn Hancock, officially an artist now because of what happened during this Christmas season, December 1994. All about Shioto, a special little boy. A few weeks after we arrived in Yokohama, I joined the Yokohama International Women's Club so that I could meet other foreigners. It's a good group. One of our projects is a children's home that is about a 10-minute walk from our apartment. The club provides money and various parties for the home, including a Christmas party. At one luncheon, photos of the children were put on the tables, and we were asked to choose a photo and buy a Christmas present for the child. I chose a little boy because he was about my grandson's age. A poor substitute, I know, but somehow, over the next few weeks, it helped a little. His name is Shioto, 2 years old. I looked at the photo for a couple of weeks and realized I had to paint his picture. The camera had caught an off-guard, expectant expression on his face. For 2 or 3 weeks I worked on the painting. Bill was encouraging, as were two Aramcon friends, asking if I planned to give it to Shioto. Well, the biggest problem with the painting was that he looked about 4 years old rather than 2, and I didn't know enough about art to fix it. However, Bill and I matted the painting, and today at the Christmas party gave it to the headmistress of the school through a translator. She immediately called Shioto over and seemed thrilled. Later, after lots of good food and Santa Claus, I was astonished and embarrassed to see the headmistress, the translator, and my picture up front. They were asking me to come up, so to allay some of the attention, I picked up Shioto and took him with me. So that's my first public exhibition. Guess I'm proud. The headmistress invited me to the children's home for their own December 26th Christmas party. The bronchial infection that I had lasted about 3 weeks. I had a few okay days, then caught a secondary cold infection which lasted a week or so. I was so glad to be over all of that. The boss of the Japanese team working with Aramco is Yamasta-san. After that truly fine meal at their home last month, I invited his wife, Kasumi, to lunch at Landmark Plaza. Landmark is a magnificent building, 5 levels of expensive shopping, a beautiful hotel, and many floors of offices, and the world's fastest elevator. It goes 70 floors in 45 seconds. You don't even feel it moving. The building is 1 year old. Upon meeting Kasumi and asking her recommendation for a restaurant, she said she had never been to the Landmark. So naturally, immediately, I suggested we go to the top floor observatory, a 360-degree view. Kasumi replied in the familiar hand motion across the chest that no, she was afraid of heights. She was, however, game for the adventure, and up we went. The afternoon was a little hard on both of us. She speaks only a little English and has no opportunity to speak in English. She brought a notepad, and I quickly learned how much easier it is for a Japanese to write and read English than to speak it. It was a much enjoyable afternoon. After the afternoon at Landmark, it was a hurry home to dress up for a, quote, formal sit-down dinner party in Tokyo. Aramco's Tokyo affiliate is Saudi Petroleum Limited, and they technically sponsor all of us in Japan, which means they vouch for our conduct while in Japan. This was their annual end-of-the-year party. Not really a Christmas party, end of the year only. After 1.5 hours of bus, train, and subway rides, and a walk, we arrived in Tokyo at the Harajuku restaurant, anticipating a luscious full-course formal dinner. Surprise! Just a regular hors d'oeuvres table. Although the food was excellent, 3 hours of transportation time was not the best prelude to a party. Well, it's still Christmas season on December 16, 1994, a Friday. Aramco and JGC, which is the Japanese engineering company, decided to have a joint Christmas party at George's apartment. JGC provided the sushi trays, and Aramco provided the KFC fried chicken. Yes, can you really believe KFC here? The ladies were volunteered to bring finger foods. Mine was, surprise, Rotel dip, as close as can be done with limited Japanese import foods, and the layered bean dip, bringing a little bit of Texas with us. Probably every person made a point of coming to me to say how good the dips were, especially the cheese. The funniest compliment, however, was from the Japanese girl who is teaching Japanese to the Aramco team. She told me 5 times how beautiful the cheese dip was. It really was a fun party. We brought $10 gifts, with each person in turn selecting a gift. Selection could be either an unopened gift or sometimes something that a previous person had chosen and opened. We, that is Bill and I, brought house slippers with crazy, funny animal heads, and they were traded back and forth several times. Everybody had a ball with them. Even the Japanese enjoyed the present swapping. Absolute funniest story is a story by itself, originated by my Bill. Bill had wrapped a heavy plastic tube, just a nothing kind of thing, and put it in with the presents to be swapped at the party. Fortunately, no one chose the wrapped little tube. Finding that everyone who brought a present had picked a present, John suggested that Linda take this last present. Linda turned out to be a perfect foil for Bill's gag. She's kind of crazy herself. Everyone, without exception, felt of, pinched, rattled, shook, pulled on, and talked about Linda's present. What is it? They all had an opinion and took it seriously. Bill against the wall, just cracking up at these adult, intelligent engineers. That one present took about 30 minutes of party time and was the hit of the party. To this day, nobody knows what it is, and Bill surely isn't volunteering the answer. I leave you with my thought for the day. Language does not separate us. We are all very much the same. Do the right thing, be yourself, and you will be able to connect. Thanks for listening. With 19 episodes done, it's time to grow. Please follow Letters from Japan and let your friends know how great it is to listen to a story for about 10 minutes without background music. Thanks.